Amelia and Thomas were two souls intertwined. Their love story, whispered in the rustling leaves and painted on the sunset's canvas, was the envy of many. They shared laughter like children sharing secrets, their bond unbreakable, their happiness immeasurable. Yet a silent longing echoed in their hearts, a yearning for tiny hands to hold, for a love that bloomed from their own. Years passed, filled with shared dreams and stolen kisses, but the cradle in their hearts remained empty. Doctors shook their heads, their words like stones against Amelia's hope. Despair began to cast long shadows. Thomas held her close, his love a lighthouse in the storm, but even his strength couldn't banish the ache in their souls. They tried to accept their fate, to find solace in each other's arms. But the empty nursery remained a constant reminder of their silent grief. Their love story, once a symphony of joy, now carried a bittersweet melody. One rainy afternoon, while browsing a dusty antique shop, Amelia stumbled upon an ancient leather-bound book. Its pages, filled with cryptic symbols and faded ink, whispered of forgotten magic, of impossible dreams made real. A particular spell caught her eye, a spell promising fertility, a child born of love and ancient power. Amelia, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and hope, showed the book to Thomas. He, ever the voice of reason, cautioned against dabbling in such things. But Amelia, her desire for a child eclipsing all reason, clung to the spell like a lifeline. She argued, pleaded, her voice thick with desperation, until finally Thomas, unable to deny her anything, reluctantly agreed. The spell was intricate, filled with arcane ingredients and whispered incantations. Thomas insisted on understanding every word, every nuance, but Amelia, impatient, urged him to begin. They gathered in their garden under the watchful gaze of the moon, their hearts pounding in unison as Thomas began to chant the ancient words. A blinding light erupted from the book, engulfing Amelia in its ethereal glow. Thomas watched in horror as his wife, his beloved Amelia, cried out, her form shimmering, changing. The air crackled with raw magic, the scent of ozone stinging his nostrils. When the light finally faded, Amelia was gone. In her place lay a baby, her eyes wide with confusion, her tiny hands reaching out blindly. Thomas stood frozen, his blood turning to ice in his veins. This wasn't the miracle they had hoped for. This wasn't their child, born of their love. This was Amelia, trapped, her mind wiped clean, her body regressed to infancy. The weight of his mistake crashed down upon him, crushing the breath from his lungs. He had allowed his love for Amelia, his desperation for a child, to cloud his judgment. Now he was left with the consequences, a constant reminder of his folly. The days that followed were a blur of grief and responsibility. Thomas, his heart shattered, clung to the tiny life that was both familiar and utterly alien. He learned to change diapers, to warm milk, to soothe the cries of the infant who was once his wife. Every coo, every gurgle was a bittersweet reminder of what they had lost. He renamed her to Lily, after Amelia's favorite flower, and poured all his love, all his heartache, into caring for her. The nursery, once a symbol of their unfulfilled dreams, was now filled with the sounds of Lily's laughter. Thomas found solace in her innocent gaze, his love for Amelia transforming, adapting into a fierce protectiveness for his daughter. He knew he couldn't wallow in his grief. Lily needed him. He was her father now, in every sense of the word. He vowed to protect her, to cherish her, and to one day tell her the extraordinary story of her mother, the woman trapped within her own childhood. Section 5. Tiny hands, familiar eyes. As Lily grew a little older, so did Thomas's astonishment. Her laugh, he swore, held echoes of Amelia's. Her eyes, wide and curious, sparkled with the same intelligence, the same mischievous glint. It was like watching a sped-up version of Amelia's childhood, every milestone a poignant reminder of the woman she once was. He filled their days with laughter and love, reading her bedtime stories, pushing her on swings, teaching her the names of the flowers in their garden. The same garden where the ill-fated spell had been cast. He saw flashes of Amelia in everything Lily did, in the way she tilted her head when she was deep in thought, in the way she scrunched up her nose when she laughed. And sometimes, late at night, when Lily was asleep, Thomas would sit by her crib, tracing the delicate contours of her face, his heart aching with a love that was both familiar and utterly new. He was her father now, bound to this child by a love born of tragedy, a love he wouldn't trade for the world. Section 6, Echoes of the Past, Whispered in Lullabies. Thomas made it his mission to keep Amelia's memory alive. Every night he sang Lily lullabies that Amelia loved, their melodies woven with bittersweet memories. He told Lily stories of her mother's kindness, her infectious laughter, her love for dancing under the moonlight, giving Lily the impression that her mother had gone away. Lily's biological mother was now her grandma after all. He spoke of their travels, their adventures, painting vivid pictures of the woman Lily had never known. He described Amelia's touch, her scent, the way her eyes crinkled at the corners when she smiled. He spoke of their love, a love that transcended time and circumstance. He knew these stories were as much for him as they were for Lily. They kept Amelia alive in his heart, her memory a beacon guiding him through the darkness, and he hoped, prayed that somewhere deep inside, Lily's subconscious mind held on to these fragments of her past, of the woman who loved her beyond measure. Section 7, The Weight of the World, The Lightness of Love. Life wasn't easy for Thomas. Raising a child alone while carrying the weight of his past mistakes was a heavy burden. There were nights when he broke down, the weight of his grief threatening to consume him. But then he would look at Lily, her innocent eyes filled with unconditional love, and he would find the strength to carry on. He found solace in routine, in the simple act of caring for his adopted daughter. He soon learned to braid hair, to bake cookies, to navigate the world of tea parties and imaginary friends. He discovered a strength he never knew he possessed, a resilience born out of love and a fierce determination to give Lily the life she deserved. He knew he couldn't change the past, he couldn't undo the spell or bring back the woman he loved. But he could cherish the gift he had been given, a gift that came with the weight of responsibility and the lightness of pure, unconditional love. Section 8, A Father's Promise, A Love Transcendent. As the years flew by, the question of Amelia's return lingered like a ghost. Would she ever regain her true form, her memories flooding back like a tidal wave? Thomas didn't know, and the uncertainty was a constant ache in his heart, but he made a silent promise. He would never stop hoping for Amelia's return and dread the day he lose his adopted daughter. He would never stop telling Lily about her mother, about their love story, about the magic that bound them together. And if Amelia's memories ever did come back, he would do his best to make their relationship work again. For now, he focused on the present, on cherishing every moment with his adopted daughter. He knew that life was fleeting, that time was a precious commodity. He would make the most of every second, showering Lily with the love of both a father and a mother, keeping the flame of hope burning bright in his heart. Section 9, Will the Magic Ever Fade? The story of Amelia, Thomas and Lily is a testament to the enduring power of love. It's a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss, hope can blossom and love can find a way. The magic that transformed Amelia may have been flawed, but the love that bound them together remained, a beacon of light in the darkness. Whether Amelia ever returns or not, her spirit lives on in Lily, in her laughter, her tears, her very essence. And Thomas, the man who became both father and mother, continues to weave his love, his grief, and his unwavering hope into the tapestry of their lives, a testament to a love story that transcends time, loss, and the vagaries of magic.